Vineyards. I'm speaking to you from high atop Black Mountain in the northernmost reaches of the Santa Cruz Mountains. I'm about 2,300 feet up right now. The vines here were first planted in 1885. These vines here are beautiful Cabernet Sauvignon vines. Head trained, dry farmed, no trellising. These are some of the vines that contribute grapes to our flagship offering, our Monte Bello. It's a wine I'm going to tell you a little bit more about shortly. So of course what I'm actually here to do is to walk you through a wine and food pairing. But first, a special thank you to David and Nicole for welcoming me. I'm a virtual presence, admittedly, but a nonetheless humble and appreciative one. Thank you. And thank you to the guests for being here, or there, I should say. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Probably needless to say, I wish I was there for real. Should also note appreciation for John and David for their contributions to the Manna Society and RNLI. So, the challenge, match one of our wines with one of Chef Paul Ainsworth's amazing creations. Oh, I was very excited to do the research for this one. Very hard work, but we think we've come up with something really special for you. We've selected the 1995 Monte Bello. Well, the 1995 Monte Bello. Well, probably famously or infamously, depending on your thoughts on the matter, the 95 Monte Bello, possibly most known for being the most notoriously recalcitrant vintage as regards opening up. Certainly for the 90s as a decade, the structural intensity of this wine, the muscularity, the architecture forward nature has been remarkable to watch, experience, contemplate. That said, in the last 6 months, we've seen a really remarkable emergence of fruit and some burgeoning secondary character. If there was ever a concern about this wine, it was that, A, will the structure ever release? And if and when it does, will there be fruit left? As we're seeing that structure release and start to soften, we're very gratified to discover that there's a tremendous amount of fruit on offer, and in fact quite beautiful, very supple, very round, very warm, very concentrated, very rich. Not decadent necessarily, but certainly very sensual. Oh, the aromatics are just, they're so captivating. There's so much information that I just take a bath in this glass, pardon me. Oh. You know, it percolates. It's still so lively. It just bounces out of the glass, lands on the palate, and just absolutely expands. So bright still, and actually higher toned than you would get from the aromatics. You know, the aromas are very berry driven, but I think as you taste, you know, there's some great red apple skin in there. There's some pluot flesh, almost a little bit of ruby grapefruit citricity, just brilliant acid. Just a perfect food pairing wine. Great acidity, you know, will definitely handle higher fat content, tremendous structure to handle girth, weight, really lovely low-tone, savory umami layers to play off, you know, kind of char and grill character. You know, there's some rusticity, some earthiness, but still bright and round and mouth-filling. You know, there's not a dish that's going to triumph over this wine by any stretch of the imagination. This is a compliment for something that comes to the table with a lot of flavor and a lot of power. We think this is going to be a really good pairing for you.